I think it's working. Cool. Hello, single person watching this. Sorry for the horrible frame. Still figuring out how to stand my phone up without actually having a stand. Oh, you know this is gonna be good. So, simple video today, because I don't really have any other ideas. We're going to be taking a look at my first school sketchbook, because I guess that's a thing people do. I have a chair here. I guess I can sit in. I can't actually see if it's in frame or not by sitting, but hopefully this isn't horrible. I mean, who am I kidding? It's probably gonna be horrible either way, but. So, little preface. My art teacher wasn't the best. I mean, don't get me wrong, she was amazing at what she did. Like, her art was very much so good. But she was very much so a artiste, like the type of artist to frown upon cartoony styles of any kind if it's not realism, like perfectly capturing the universe around us. At least that's what I got from her. Why is the camera shaking? Anyway, so yes, my first school sketchbook is from grade 6. Oh boy, that was a long time ago. And the front is covered in nail polish. Gosh, it might be better if I turn it this way, would it? There we go, that's a little more in frame. Again, the way I have this set up isn't the best. I've got to work on my phone stand. Wait. Sorry once again for the cut. I had an idea. Still not sure if it's gonna hold up. So if my phone decides to come hoppling down, told you so, me. This is a bad idea. Anyway, so cover's covered in red nail polish from, I think, was it last year's Comic-Con? I'm not sure. But nail polish from a Comic-Con. Sketchbook from grade 6. Wasn't grade 6 Comic-Con. I didn't go to Comic-Con in grade 6. But yeah, let's just dive into this mess. It's a bunch of I was trying to make an animation. It's really bad. This isn't from grade 6. This was from a different year. I don't remember which year. It's from a different year. And that's gonna go die now. Here I was, again, every year in art class we had to start the class by doing the elements of art. And then the principles of art. Yeah, or principles of design. So, first off, we have the elements of art. Line, shape, form, which I thought was just mapping out where things was, but I got corrected. Color, value, texture, space, and perspective. This was the year I got Pokemon Art Academy, so I thought I was the bee's knees when it came to arting. Like, I was ahead of the class, I knew how to do construction lines, I was the fabulous child that didn't need no guidance. I was a bit full of myself. Here is the principles of design: pattern, rhythm, movement, proportion, scale, balance, unity, and emphasis. Rhythm and movement is basically just I didn't know what I was doing. Here we had to make a had to make a drawing from memory. Conceptual drawing. This was, again, something we did every single year. Every art class. Conceptual drawing and perceptual drawing. But I missed the day we did perceptual drawing, so I just did my conceptual drawing of my dear child Camo, who is sitting on my bed, staring at me. He's a good child. But then, afterwards, in the bottom, you had to write, which, if I can get it in frame, this is sideways, but you had to write about why you prefer perceptual drawings to conceptual drawings, or vice versa. And I don't know, there's a lot of writing in that class, even though it was an art class, which I never quite understood. This isn't a drawing I did that year. This is a drawing I did, whatever it is, the year that I got my bedroom redone, which I'm not sure which one that was, but I was helping my friend Erin out with a Homestuck project she was working on, and never finished. This was the only one I got done, and even then it sucks. It was a free sketch day. As you can see, I've improved a lot, and even when doing this, I didn't like anything I was doing. So, for one, horrible use of space. For two, like, just like, oh god. What have I done? Okay. Don't mess with the camera. Don't mess with the camera. Okay. I think I was trying to do a self-portrait. As you can see, I tried like 10,000 frickin' times. And each time I barely got out of the head. It was fun. Then this was a project. What? Oh, that was ass/dare stuff. This was we had to do contour drawings. February 25th, contour drawings. It was basically we had to go around a table and just do a bunch of drawings of tea kettles. The same tea kettle from different angles. Which we had to do each one on a separate piece of paper, which even at that time I thought was a waste, because like we could put them all on the same piece of paper. It'd be more concise that way. But and then like again, tea kettles, all of the tea kettles, more tea kettle. Oh yes. This was a day where we had to go around and each person would start their drawing and then switch spots. It was another conceptual drawing. But as you can see here, my horrible spelling, it was a collaboration contour drawing. So my group was doing it on the iron. And I'm still salty about this. Everyone else was making nice light strokes. I tried to make light strokes. Yeah, I was a bit heavy-handed at the time, but even, like, okay, all of these dark lines, I didn't make them, just to preface. Most people had pretty light lines, and even then, most people that came by were like, yeah, yours is pretty good. I like it. Which, I mean, boosted my ego a lot. Now, nobody even talks to me, so I used to have a pretty good I mean, I was a little less offstandish when I was that age. Now I'm just some emo gay wad. But, so, this person who, to this day, is, temperamental with me, let's say. I don't know if I'm using that word right. It's the word that came to mind. But she took her pencil, looked at me, looked down at my paper, and started scribbling. Like, she didn't even look at the object, she was just like... And when I got back, I felt like I had been stabbed through the heart, because I felt like it was going... Sorry. I felt like it had been going really well. But apparently not. And to this day, looking at this image fills me with salt. That was a mini story time that didn't need to exist. Here was the same iron, different angle, more contour drawings. That wasn't a collaboration, that was just me. With this one, we did just go around, again, more contour drawings. This is what our class consisted of, was going around to different tables and doing contour drawings. But I thought it would be fun to shade them. I mean, the shading's not that good, but at least I tried. I remember my teacher, she didn't get mad at me per se, but she was just like, no. Just don't do that. She was a teacher that, I don't know, to me it seemed like she very much discouraged originality. At least to us. Which was not good for me at that time. This was me just messing around. I didn't want to do the work that day. I mean, I think we had a sub that day, and she didn't know what we were doing, so we just kind of had free draw again, and I think they were tree branches. Or I was trying to make it look like the paper had been, like, cracked. See how that exists. No, not my flag. On this side, I think this was the same day. Like, yeah, so I think I did that while the teacher was trying to, you can see it, just reaching over. While the teacher was trying to figure out what we were doing, and then we ended up doing this, which wasn't what we were supposed to do, because the teacher misunderstood. We were supposed to do this, which was use the space outside to create the images inside, rather than that. Why there's a chair and a window, don't ask me. This is more of me trying to draw. It's a Pikachu. Terrifying. This was a thing where we had to draw everything upside down. Where it's like, we would turn the image upside down and we would draw it as it's upside down. No, don't fall off, Scrape. Go back with your friends. Sorry. Image is falling everywhere. So, simple upside down contour drawings. I had brought in Pokemon cards. So I used the Pokemon from the Pokemon cards. Which isn't that bad. It's Pineco, and then I failed pretty hard on Tweety. But, again, same things we did every year. It was just, I think, a test to see how good we were at, at trying to translate what we saw to our hand. We drew upside down. This was the same thing. And I don't know why, but at this time I started putting Skylander elements beside all of the dates. I think. That or it's just this date is grass. I felt life. I felt like life element that day. I don't know. But this is a complex upside down contour drawing. The man whose head I never finished. Even back then, I always had trouble with realistic proportions, and like, even then, just that head is so tiny compared to the rest of the body. So, like... And I mean, the image we were going off of was, I think, like a famous painting of some sort. I don't remember. I thought it would be fun. And I mean, the image we were going off of was, I think, like a famous painting of some sort. I don't remember. And I mean, the image we were going off of was, I think, like a famous painting of some sort. I don't remember. More contour drawing practice. Black and White had come out around this time, if I'm remembering correctly, so... Oshawott. I loved him. I loved him. I loved him. I mean, I kind of hate Samurott, to be honest, but I loved him. He's a good boy. Trying to draw Spyro. We'll see how that went. Because we weren't allowed to use, baselines. They're like, the base sketch, we had to just go right in. So... And I mean, even then I sucked at drawing dragons back then. Blank page. This was practice for a drawing we had to do of objects that meant something to us around our house, or just random objects we found, but they had to be like intersecting, sort of translucent. The lines had to make a gradient between colors, and I don't know. Abstract stuff. My DS, my sketchbook, that was Pancake's necklace at the time. Not the one Shorey I gave to him, but a different one. Dreamcatcher, plant, bottle, paintbrush. Oh, grayscales. Once again, something we did every single year was grayscales. Every single year, we did the exact same projects, no matter what level you were at, no matter what grade you were in, you did grayscales. Which, I mean, yeah, hone your skills. Dead name. Hone your skills. Do all that fun stuff. But, like, every single year we do the exact same projects. It was fun. Oh. And also, this project. Every single year. I feel like I've gotten worse at shading over the years, but, I mean... I remember this. I still have this mask. Like, we had to make masks, and this was my character, Sentry / Flame. Sentry, Flame. I draw them very differently now. But that was my Portal Master OC at the time. Also from a roleplay I was doing, which ties into Second Leaf, but no one cares about that. And actually, including that, I think I'm gonna get a lot more hate comments in this video. Hooray! I love those. They're fun. I love seeing people's input on my stuff. More stuff. This was my original attempt at drawing the ancients before I knew what the ancients were. It's falling. Everything's dying. Once again, this is a sketch I did based off of the roleplay Cinder, Spyro, and Azure, their son, also known as Time Lord. No affiliation to Doctor Who. And on this page, edgy! Snake. This was probably inspired by My Little Pony. Edgy pony child. And Dragoneye. Also, Minecraft. I drew a lot of Minecraft stuff around this time, too. Speak of the devil. Woo, emotional. This has to do with another story I was working on called Tale of Two Brothers, which I still want to go back and do, because, like, I was working on some of the characters recently, and I still like them. They're still, like, decent characters. Some of them need, like, a redesign. Like, I redesigned some of them for the OC casting call project I was doing, which I need to pick up again, but... So, Herobrine, Steve, and Mystic, who's Herobrine's adoptive father. I mean, yeah. This was a drawing I did based off of the song Your Door Was Locked by Element Animations. I think it's by Element Animations. And blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but Christmas time, villagers, Herobrine, this was his pet creeper that wore a chest plate. Conveniently named Creep. Not the chest plate, the creeper was named Creep. I have to redo all of that. But, like, I'm still pretty... I still like the, composition, artworks of this piece. Like, I'm never good at backgrounds, but Minecraft stuff, since it was blocky, it was a lot easier for me. And this is how I drew Minecraft people. So, this was when I had gotten the, I think we've moved past grade 6 now, but this was when I had gotten the, How to Draw an Anime book by, what's his face? I still have it. He's a YouTuber. I mean, I knew his book before I knew his YouTube. I just wanted an anime book to reference. So, this was me following a tutorial. More tutorials. I drew this based off of one of the chibi examples, which is a character Nightshade from a scrapped story called Shinigami, which was kind of like a Soul Eater ripoff mixed with It was like Soul Eater, but me being me, I mixed it with Skylanders. Like, this was basically Chaos. I had issues. But, like, it evolved into its own thing past that. But, yeah. More Minecraft art. This was for a Halloween drawing, as you can tell. Based off of an old comic I was doing about Steve's first Halloween. Because in this sort of world, Halloween was a nether holiday and not an overworld holiday. So here Brian was trying to like teach Steve about Halloween, and I was gonna have all the other characters in the background. That never happened. Fun. And ooh, getting into Skylanders stuff. Okay, so this was, can't really see it, but edgy. Because like even back then, I had the headcanon that Kaos was Eon's son. So, like, dark side from his mom, light side from his dad, even the dark side's kind of getting taken over. I don't know. I was edgy. My first attempt at drawing corruption, so yeah, we've gotten out of grade 6, I believe. This is more grade 7-y, I think. His designs changed quite a bit. Like, even, I can just... His design has changed even from this, but... Like, I always knew he was gonna be like Glitch, Mr. Reaper. Not Reaper, that's Chimera sort of creature. But yeah, he has changed quite a bit. Sorry that I'm so close. Shield your ears. But yeah. Trying to put him back on my wall. Cause my wall has outdated art on it. And, more sketching. This is when again, this is more grade 7-y, I think, because I was moving past the old style of eyes I did to new style. I don't know who I was trying to draw there. It's very faint. Oh! Okay, so, first... Shoria and Shade were my first attempts at drawing them. This was before I knew what. This was before Shoria had an actual reference. My phone's on low battery. I gotta wrap this up. So, before Shoria had an actual reference, her things were like that. Like, that's how I imagined them. Shade didn't know how to draw hats. Based his hair off of a... what's his name? The guy from SAO's hair. I had a doll of him. Sorry about that. Phone ran out of storage space apparently, so I had to deal with that, and it's running low on battery, so it's, I think, overheating. So if we wrap this up quickly, I think from this point on it's just a bunch of edgy nonsense, so brace yourself. If you don't, trigger warning, I think there's some self-harm, there's some self-hatred, a lot of self-hatred. Prefacing, I put myself in the shoes of Chaos a lot, so I used him as a stand-in for myself. Because even back then I didn't like drawing myself. So. Yeah. And this is a comic I started doing about Discord, Chaos' brother getting full on his own snot before dinner. I was a weird child, okay? And tried drawing Chaos' cat. I'm not... Ooh, yeah, we're getting into stuff that I drew during the time that I was staying in my sister's room, aka the Krona. Can we try this again? Is it going to work? Okay. Everything's dying. I'm currently holding my phone because it's plugged in. Wait, let me try something. There's a cord in the shot now, I'm sorry. Still, phone's plugged in. I moved the bar up here, but everything's dying. I deleted basically a lot of useless crap off my phone, so hopefully that cleared up some space for an actual recording now. And I don't even know if it got this part. This, not going through it again. Okay. Yeah, we're getting into the Krona phase. So yeah, this has moved past grade 6 and is now in the time I was staying in my sister's room while we were doing my room. So I was very heavily inspired by Echo Gillette and her sort of shadowy way of drawing things. So I tried to draw Krona, my demon child. This was me trying to do a drawing of me when I first realized, hey, I don't think I'm female. If you didn't already know by the countless gay jokes I make, I'm technically trans. I'm trans-masc non-binary, but just putting that out there. So yeah, that never finished. Blank paper. Oh boy, more Kaos stuff. This is when I made my first AU. Was gender bend. Honestly, the AU Glumshanks, gender bended Glumshanks was so freaking cute. I gave her like glasses and a turtleneck. It was just, she was adorable. I want to bring her back somehow. This AU doesn't exist anymore. I think I played it off like this Kaos got killed somehow. I don't know. Again, me putting myself in the shoes of Kaos, but everybody saying you can't be Kaos because you're a girl. Ha, girl Kaos. Did that make sense? Yeah. More blank paper. I was really bad at wasting paper. This is Shack Guy. He's not my character. He's a character that belongs to Quinn, who's part of the SL roleplay. Why is there even like a writing desk? And more edgy. Technically, Shack Guy is a good guy, but due to some nonsense, which I don't actually remember, I'm not saying it's nonsense in a bad way, it's like good nonsense. I love that roleplay. He ended up turning dark. More edgy. Lost within darkness. Where do I go from here? Now I'm really starting to sound like Echo Gillette now she does these. Frickin'. Yeah, again, put myself in the shoes of Kaos a lot. I gave him hair because this was technically supposed to be his younger self. Like, oh, it's after he get claimed by the darkness and having to do with my whole, again, SLAU, how his origin stories and all that. Ooh, I drew this after, you can't really see it, but, I drew this after the, one moment. I drew this after the events of an episode of 12 Realms where all of the trio, like, well, basically just Saph and Isla got turned into Neko's, like, scrape. I'm good at writing, I swear. But, like, we roleplayed it all out, and it was really fun. And this, more SL stuff. This is, again, you might recognize him from a couple pages ago. Shade. Oh god, my fingers are covered in graphite. That's why there's a stain of graphite on my door. So this is Shade and the Magma. Both of them are Lucarian's characters, and I'm not sure if he's accepting of the gay lifestyle or not. I know he is kind of religious. At least I think he is. From what he said, I think he is. But gay lifestyle. But I just freaking love them together. It's not canon whatsoever, but, like, they're good children. And I'm still pretty proud of this. I might want to redraw it sometime. More Krona. He was supposed to have both his hands out, and he's, like, looking at him like, what have I done? Because this is, again, from another episode where, spoilers, Krona ends up killing Isla because he can't comprehend the emotions he feels for her reminding him of his late sister, who her death turned him into a demon. Spoilers. It's like, I was an edge. I still am an edge. Like, and then this is from a different episode where he doesn't actually grow wings. I just, like, I don't even know how it came about, but he ends up reverting back to, like, his kid self, like, mentally. And then I think it's Nathaniel, for some reason, ends up having to talk about the birds and the bees with him. And he's like, then what does that make me? Am I a butterfly? He's like, sure, you're a butterfly, so Krona's a butterfly. I'm doing a great job explaining this. Why does my thumb look so tiny on camera? Frickin'. More Krona. Again. Oh, those chins. Look at the chins. Look at those chins. I'm sorry, toothless. Chin. Like, I was still trying to learn profile views. Profile views have always been one of my favorite things to draw. But, like, kind of edgy. Krona within the void. Lunara was ghost tethered to him, trying to speak to him. It's like, hey, you doing okay, buddy? He can't hear her. And then more Krona stuff. This is George, our great Lord and Savior, St. Georgius. Another ghost tethered to Krona, but he's like, how do I explain this? Sapphire, if you're watching this, in the comments, explain what this means. I think you're the only one watching this, but explain! I can't do it. You have to. I'm tasking you with this job. Do it. My finger looks like a stub of frickin' hell. And we're on the last page. This shouldn't exist. But it does. It was basically just like, we were doing a final scene from the roleplay. Again, same one where Krona is a butterfly. But, like, he's conversing with Lunara, who's played by my friend Isla. Well, girlfriend, Isla. And so, she accidentally farts. Midway through this touching scene, so now it's just... then just turns around and leaves. Like, I think she literally went upstairs after that. Left us laughing our heads off. I freaking love LARPing. I need to do it more. I don't even know if Tressa knows I have a YouTube channel, but, like, Tressa, we need to LARP. Please, Kirishima. And that's the final page. Do I have anything drawn on the back? I used to draw stuff on the back of these sometimes. No, that didn't start until I met Shane. I knew Shane, but yeah. So that was my first ever sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed. Until I can figure out my setup better, I don't think I'm going to be doing another one of these, but who knows? Maybe, maybe not. If you enjoyed, feel free to pledge yourself to our Lord and Savior, St. Georgius. I don't have it, no. I was gonna show St. Georgius, but I gave it to Sapphire. No. Okay, we'll have to just end out on St. Georgius. Can I zoom in on his face? Can I? So yeah. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful walk through my past experiences. Join the cult of St. Georgius. And once again, thank you, single person watching this, for, well, watching this. I shall see you all, hopefully, if I'm able to maintain an upload schedule in a few days. Bye!